what should have been a smooth check-in from the get-go spiraled into insults, chaos, and one of the most ridiculous hosting experiences I've ever had. Hi guys, I hope everyone is doing well today. Look, so this guy books for one night, but he intends to stay there for 8 hours. 8 hours, already I'm like, West Africa? So factor in traffic and Yango drivers that suddenly decide to go on these side quests or little detours. Honestly, to me, this looked like a risky plan. But again, this was none of my business. This was a grown man. That was the plan he decided to follow. Now, from the get-go, this guy makes it seem like booking a full night was a grand gesture. Like, I don't know if Sir thought that like he had sponsored a hospital or like funded a school. I was very confused. I'm like, okay, this is Airbnb. This is how the platform is supposed to work. Like, I don't get it. You stay in 8 hours, but usually people book the whole night. So explain this to me. And the way he just kept on circling back, it was almost like if he needed me to reassure him that his plan was good. Like he wanted me to be like, yes sir, like that 8 hour layover is gonna be enough time for the traffic that we face here. See, the thing about me is that like I can't take responsibility for stuff that I can't control, so I couldn't confirm that for him. But to be fair, I wish I could have helped him more because I didn't really have the answers that he was looking for. From my perspective, this was supposed to be a simple check-in and check-out that was gonna last 8 hours. So I don't get why he needed me to validate all of his decisions like some form of mission control. Now, usually this part of hosting is quite simple. I'm talking about the address, the directions, the location. On Airbnb, the platform, all of this stuff is automated. 9 times out of 10, I'm not even thinking about this because I have configured this and I'm not in there sending messages manually. Like the guest just opens the message, follows the direction, and boom, that's it. They are taken to the exact location. But of course, not with this guy, because the day this guy decides to check in, the automation decides to go on a nap, or at least something happens and the directions don't get sent to him. So as soon as I realize this, I send him the directions on his personal number via WhatsApp, as well as we send the same message on the platform. And it's not just sending like the street name, like some form of scavenger hunt. And also, to be honest, if you've lived in West Africa, you know that like sometimes the addresses are confusing. So what you usually do is you send the exact latitude and longitude via the WhatsApp app. So when they follow that, they go to the exact location. So basically, if NASA wanted to find my place from space, they could have with the information that I gave him. So now I'm guessing people would think that, okay, he has all the information to get to the place. Things should be smooth, it should be okay and peaceful. He's gonna be able to check in peacefully, right? Wrong. About half an hour later, this guy starts sending text after text after text. Like, these are not normal messages. These are messages from someone that is frustrated and irritated. Single word messages, just sentences are just chopped up, sending them all at once, just bombarding that. Like, it was just crazy. I'm now sitting there like, did this man actually try? Did you open the pen? Did you check the address? Like, what did you do in Ivory Coast? Like, are you just freestyling this area? Like, what are you doing to find the place? Honestly, like, it just felt like, okay, maybe this man was too tired and he had given up before even trying to find the listing. So Yango is literally like a Uber in Ivory Coast, and these drivers are notorious. They're known for just circling around and doing whatever the hell they want to do sometimes when it comes to taking you to a place. That's why as hosts we send these WhatsApp locations, because it's easier for them to follow that location and take people to their destination. At this point, he's sending so many messages. I cannot keep up. It's like I'm trying to help him try to check in, and he's just frustrated. So I'm just there staring at my phone. I'm like, okay, 8 hours or not, this is going to be a long night already. Just when I thought that the address drama was too much, guess what? Now I'm getting messages from a completely different number. And I'm like, who could this be? So this number was not even on any Airbnb profile. So it was quite suspicious. I didn't know if it was the guest, if it was the guest that had a cousin, or if it was the Uber slash Yango driver that was now like negotiating on the behalf of the guy. So finally, I verified that it's him, because I'm not just handing out addresses to anyone that reaches out to me, right? So at this point, this man has the address on the platform, on WhatsApp, on two different phones. Like, come on, like, he should be able to locate the place now, right? But then it escalates. I'm talking about swearing, nasty stuff, like just harsh words. And I'm like, whoa, this was the first time that like someone just switched up like this and being a host. Just dropping words like he was trying to win some form of how many insults can you drop in a minute? And after all of that, this man decides to cancel. He calls Airbnb, pulls the plug, and he doesn't even set a single foot in the listing. So at this point, I'm just thinking, fine. This guy decided to cancel before check-in, no harm, no foul. Because I tried my best, everything was there, he had all the details, he just decided to not show up because he got so angry with his transportation. The booking is gone, the man's gone, I can finally just move on with my life. But no, that would have been too easy, because somehow the Airbnb platform still allowed them to drop a review. And not just any review, this man goes on to say that I didn't stay there, full stop, and proceeds to dropping a 1-star in every single possible category that exists on that platform. Like cleanliness, 1-star, accuracy, 1-star, location, 1-star, Wi-Fi speed, 1-star. I'm like, sir, like how are you even rating a connection when the only connection you had was your bad connection when you were trying to make your way to the listing? Make it make sense. And it gets worse, Airbnb doesn't side with me to remove this nonsense. No. Instead, they are putting me through this whole review removal process that now involves their AI. And their AI deems that this person that suddenly hasn't stayed at my place can drop this type of review, and it's okay, it's valid for some reason. Suddenly my dashboard is now screaming at me with listings that have problems. I call Airbnb and I try to tell them that like, how can this be even possible? And they're like, I don't know. And for me, it's just mind-boggling that someone can decide to not even stay at your place and literally say it in the review, and that is still a valid review. You call them more than 4 times and no one can remove that review. This is crazy to me. That's when it hit me. Like in this business, even ghosts can leave reviews at this point. This guy never saw the place, but he was able to leave a review like if I had just hosted him in a bus station. At that point, what can you do? You can just argue or beg Airbnb, and for some reason, if the review is sticking, it is sticking. Do I think it's fair? No, but sometimes if you're on their platform, their rules, they're the one just controlling all of this. You don't really have much of a say at the end of the day. Sometimes I just feel like it creates this thing where hosts just feel like you're becoming like disposable. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. So yeah, I took that L, and that was the very first one-star review that I've ever had. I've noticed that sometimes a review is not even about the host, but it's also just how the guest is feeling about the whole experience. If you've ever had a crazy guest story, feel free to drop in the comments. Let me know that I am not alone in all of this craziness. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoy these hosting stories and short-term rental stories. And yeah, guys, that's it for today's video, and see you guys next time.